or fowl?
Fish. Fowl. Fish. Fowl. Fish. Fowl. Fowl. Fish. Fowl. Fowl.
What's up, my friends? My name is Jake, and I'm so glad that the Current has brought you here today because we're about to dive into some pretty cool stuff. Today, we're going to explore some of the amazing things God has created that lie deep below the surface, where it can be hard for even the divers to see.
What do you see?
That was fun! There are so many awesome things in the deep blue, and some are so far below the surface that we may never see them. That actually makes me think of what it's like to follow Jesus. Sometimes, we can easily see the awesome things that following Jesus is leading us to, but other times, we can't. Instead, we get to trust Him and move forward, believing that He has a good plan for our lives, even when we can't see it clearly.
Trust Jesus.
Get on your feet. It's time to sing.
Clap our hands and praise your name. Jesus, we follow you for all our days. Jesus, clap our hands and praise your name.
Great singing. You can take a seat.
Hey friends, surf's up. While I do love a good wave riding opportunity, today I want to talk to you about an opportunity I recently had to dive just a little bit deeper. Well, let me get back up for a second. I love all things about the ocean, from animals of the deep blue to sports like surfing, but I've always been kind of afraid of a couple big marine animals until just a few weeks back, when I decided to conquer all my fears once and for all. I went on a trip and got a little bit up close and personal with some of the ocean's biggest, most intimidating creatures. And that's the best part, I live to tell about it. The first fear I conquered, you may have guessed it, the great white. Not realize this, but there's actually a way you can get close to the sharks without getting hurt. There's these things called diving cages, and they're pretty much exactly what they sound like. Now, don't you think you could just wake up one day, hop in an old metal box, and live to tell the story? These are special cages built to withstand shark bites and headbutts, while inside you're locked up and safe and sound. And there's no way for the shark to actually harm you. But having been there, I can tell you firsthand that there is a level of trust that goes into being close to one of the ocean's fiercest fish. The whole time I was down there, all I could think was, what if this cage unlocks? What if the strongest shark ever and he breaks the cage? But the experts assured me that we would be locked in tight, and the best part, I got to see those sharks, while large, are actually beautiful and majestic creatures. And if you weren't already holding your breath from being underwater, they take your breath away. But sharks weren't the only fear I conquered while I was vacationing. There was this one other big guy I got to get a closer look at, and that was the manta ray. Not everybody's heard of manta rays, so let me fill you in. These guys can grow up to 18 feet long, and weigh as much as a full-grown cow. And when they open up their mouths, they look like they can eat you right up. But during my trip, I learned, unlike stingrays, manta rays don't have a stinger or a barb on their back end that could hurt a human. So I decided to dive in and actually got to feed a manta ray at night. When I was down there, I learned I didn't need to worry about them eating me because they only eat plankton. And we were just there helping them get the plankton off the bottom of the ocean. Now, that is pretty cool. Here's the thing. I had to put a lot of trust into that cage, and it was pretty scary at times. My whole life was depending on that cage keeping me safe. And that's kind of like my relationship with Jesus. I've chosen to put my whole life in his hands and trust that he's always fighting for me. Following Jesus is the best decision anyone could ever make, and trusting Jesus is something his followers get to do every single day. When we follow Jesus, we'll see that there's nothing he cannot do, and we trust that if Jesus has taken care of us once, he'll do it again, and 1,000,000 times over.
That was fascinating. Can you believe all the trust Reid had to have to go diving with sharks and manta rays? Reid always finds a way to help us understand more about how everything in creation points to Jesus. That reminds me a lot about this guy from the Bible named Peter. Here, you guys check this out.
God's story. Peter walks on water. So remember how part of God's story is about a guy named Simon who was renamed Peter because he was one of the first people to follow Jesus? Well, it goes like this. Peter left everything to follow Jesus with 11 other guys. They were called disciples, and one day, they were with Jesus while he was teaching a large crowd. After teaching, Jesus wanted some time alone to pray. He told his disciples to go ahead of him in a boat across the Sea of Galilee. Later that night, the wind picked up, and the boat was surrounded by crashing waves. Meanwhile, Jesus decided to join them. And since Jesus can do anything, he walked out to the boat, right on top of the water. When the disciples saw a man walking across the dark sea, they had no idea it was Jesus. They thought it was a ghost. Jesus said, "Be brave. It's me. Don't be afraid." Peter decided to find out for himself. He said, "If it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." So Jesus said, "Come." Kids, If Jesus told you to step out onto the stormy waves, would you do it? Well, Peter did. He got out and walked on top of the water just like Jesus. As soon as he saw the crashing waves, though, he got scared and started to sink. Jesus caught him and said, "Your faith is so small. Why did you doubt me?" It might sound kind of surprising that Jesus called Peter's faith small when he was the only one brave enough to get out of the boat. But the truth is, Jesus is powerful and can help us do anything. He wants us to trust him even when it makes no sense or scary things are happening around us. When Jesus and Peter climbed into the boat, all the disciples realized Jesus is most definitely the Son of God, so they worshiped him. And that's part of the story of Peter. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Peter was a disciple. The disciples got in a boat. Jesus prayed. Waves crashed. Jesus walked on water. The disciples got scared. Jesus told Peter to come. Peter walked on water. He saw the waves. He got scared. He sunk. Jesus caught him. The disciples worshiped Jesus. And that's a part of God's story.
When Peter trusted Jesus and stepped out of that boat, a miracle happened. Not only did he walk on water, but he also saw that Jesus could be trusted completely.
Trust Jesus.
Surf's up! Everybody get on your feet and let's ride some waves. Watch out because there are some crazy things coming our way. We'll need to jump or duck as we ride to make it safely to shore. Great job! You can take a seat.
Marina memory. How good is your memory? Take a look at what you see before something goes missing. What's missing? Great guess! Now let's test your memory on what we discovered today. True or false? Manta rays can weigh as much as a cow. It's true! While manta rays can weigh as much as cows, there's no need to be afraid of them because they only eat tiny things like plankton, not people. Let's test your memory again. What's missing? You've got it! And here's another question for you. What were Peter and the disciples not scared of on the boat? A. The wind and crashing waves. B. A shark. C. The ghost they thought they saw. D. All of the above. It's B. They were not scared of a shark, but they were scared of the stormy winds and waves, and when they saw Jesus walking on the water, they thought he was a ghost. But in the end, they learned they could trust Jesus in the midst of all those fears. Test your memory one more time. What's missing? That's it. And here's one last question. What can you do to show Jesus that you trust him? A. Pray when you're worried. B. Thank him for all that he has done. C. Sing worship songs to him. D. All of the above. D is right. Doing all of those things will help you trust Jesus. And here's what they can look like in your everyday life.
Don't you love days when everything is going right? You're having an awesome hair day. You get tons of compliments on your new shoes. And your parents packed your favorite chips in your lunchbox. When we have days like this, it's easy to have a heart that trusts God. But other times, it can seem like everything is going wrong. It feels like hard things are happening every 5 minutes and seems unfair. Like when you find out you got another bad test grade back after you studied so hard. Your pet has gone missing, or someone you love gets really sick. When those things happen, it can be a little harder to have hearts that trust God and His plans for our lives. We might even feel tempted to ask or think something like, if God really loves me, why is this happening to me? But what's happening around us, good or bad, doesn't change who God is. The Bible tells us that He is always good and always loves us. He promises to be with us and work everything out for our good. And the best news is that He promises the hard things we experience here on earth are only temporary when we give our lives to Jesus. That's because we'll get to live with God forever in heaven one day. When we're there, we'll never experience pain, death, or any hard things ever again. So no matter what is happening in our lives, we can ask God to give us a heart after His that is trusting.
Get on your feet. It's time to sing.
I admit that I've done wrong. I believe you sent your son. I commit my life to you because of your great love. I admit that I've done wrong. I believe you sent your son. I commit my life to you because of your great love. My God made a way for me to be His friend, and I know Jesus died for me, and I will follow Him now. My God made a way for me to be His friend, and I know Jesus died for me, and I will follow Him now. Of your great love, I admit that I've done wrong. I believe you sent your son. I commit my life to you because of your great love. My God made a way for me to be His friend, and I know Jesus died for me, and I will follow Him now. My God made a way for me to be His friend, and I know Jesus died for me, and I will follow Him now. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Great singing. You can take a seat.
Let's take a minute to pray and talk to God together. Everyone bow your head and close your eyes so you can focus on God while you talk to Him. Jesus, we are so thankful that we can trust you. Whenever we are worried or scared, please remind us of how much you love us and care about us. Please help us trust you more every day. Amen.